Well, hello everyone. I'm back at it again today on my GMC Envoy 2006 with a four-wheel drive issue. The all too common 4x4 disconnect. Had to order another one, although I replaced the motor not long ago and it took care of the problem for a while. Then one day I noticed it quit working again. So here's what we got inside. We got the old one tore apart, and you can see here it's a mess. And when I took it apart, there should be a spring in here, kind of like this. Well, the spring was missing because this pin here broke. This is one I just took off the Envoy, and when the pin broke, the spring went sideways and got in here, and it got all chewed up. So there's no spring. Now here's the one out of a Trailblazer that I took off. Same issue, pin broke. This time the spring stayed in, so I got lucky there, but still there was no fixing that. So what did I have to do? Well, bought a whole new unit here, which is right here. Got it on eBay, $52 free shipping. And what's supposed to happen here, that little motor has an arm on it, and it pushes in on this right here. See how that goes down? And that spring I just showed you actually pushes this back. This is how this actually works in a nutshell. So if you take the motor off and the motor seems to be okay, just put your finger in there. If this doesn't spring back, more than likely that's what's happened. Your fork has broken. Very common on the GMC Envoys and Trailblazers. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but I just wanted to show you what I was going through. And the motor, like I said, the little thing that arm that sticks out goes down in here and pushes that down like that. I think you can see it there. So I just want to make this little video and show you guys that these do go bad, but the downside is you have to take your wheel off. You have to take off. You could probably get the axle out if you just pulled the bottom ball joint bolt here loose and lifted this up and swung this out like this. But really, it's not that hard to take all this off. And that way you can also check your ball joints. Make sure they're okay while you're in here. And mine are all okay. They're not that old. But now all I have to do is go ahead and get this in here. And one other quick thing, on the back of this, you see this right here? This piece has actually got a slide down in there. It kind of, when you put the bolt in, it slides in there. It's a little hard. And it's a little hard to get started, but once you get the 4 bolts here started, you get this set up like this, then that piece here will slide down inside that housing. Then you just slowly work your bolts. There's only 4. You work those on, and this whole unit will bolt on. Now to take this off, you actually got to get a pry bar, get something in behind here and pry this slowly off of that unit once you get them bolts out in order to get this off. So you got to pry it off slowly. And make sure you have a couple of jack stands under there. Do not get under there and try to do anything stupid, because you don't want to get hurt. But there's a little room there to get this off. Once you lay it underneath it here, you can kind of like lay at an angle and stick your pry bar back behind here. And slowly work this unit off. Alright, so I guess for now I'm going to go ahead and bolt this on, and when we come back we'll have most of this on here. And like I said, a lot of this stuff here, just take your time, take it off, you know, the brakes and stuff. But if you have another way to do it and somebody else has a video that might work for you, well, go for it. But I like to work, take my time so I don't break anything, and I like to check everything while I'm under here. So I have an ABS sensor I had to take off, which was not a big deal. And it's actually hanging here. And I got all my bolts and stuff in a tray. And there's the motor, and the motor actually sits in here like this, and that little thing that pops in and out of there moves this here. Alright, so that's my teaching for the day. When I come back, hopefully we'll have all this together. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. Oh, and I meant to clarify, this is the part that actually goes inside of that case there. Bottom of the oil pan, if you will. This is where the axle goes in. And also, I got the little motor hooked up here. Let me go in there and cycle that switch, and you'll see how that works real quick there. There you go. Pretty non-exciting, but that there is. If that's not moving, then it was probably your motor. So check this first. If that ain't working, then, well, you know what you're going to have to do. All right, let's get this in. All right, there we go. All 4 bolts are in. These are 15 millimeter. And it actually went in pretty easy. Just start the 4 bolts in and just tighten them down in a circle, you know, until it pulls it. It goes all the way in. It's flush, so we're good. And all we got to do is pull this out and stick our axle in and start putting everything else together. So hopefully this video will help you out, and if it does, give me a thumbs up and say hello. Alright, as you can see, we got everything in. We got the motor hooked up there and all that good stuff. Let me give you a tip. When you're sliding this axle in, and before you put all this stuff back in, it's easier just to slide the axle in, then slide the axle through this hub assembly, then put a bolt down here on the bottom with your hand. Start a hand bolt. What I'm trying to say is there's a nut down there. Right there it is. Start that on with your hand. Then you can kind of hold it up and get it started. But while you're doing that axle, putting it in there, wear some heavy gloves, because those thin gloves, you're going to pinch your fingers and all that good stuff. Smash them maybe. And also on the end of this axle, before you put it in there, spray some WD-40 on it or some kind of lube, because if the grease is a little dry on there, it's going to give it resistance and it's going to be hard to push in there. So I had to give it a couple good tugs and it slid all the way in. So I ended up greasing it up pretty good with some grease. I think I used some kind of Tractor Supply spray, grease, lithium stuff, just to help it slide in there and make it a little bit easier job, especially when you're wearing some heavier gloves. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up here and we'll take it out for a spin and see how it's going to be. All right, everyone, it's fixed. It's working just fine and no problems. Now, when you put this in 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, you're supposed to shift it to neutral. Then flip the button like that, it'll blink, and there it's in all-wheel drive, and that is 4-wheel drive right there, which obviously we don't need. So everything's working, so I'll just flip it back to 2-wheel drive, and we'll continue on our merry way. It does make noises out there when I turn that, so I know everything's working now, and I've actually had on some gravel, so worked out pretty good. So hopefully you like this video. Oh, look at that tree, it's about ready to come down. Wow. And other than that, it's still running good. The 06 Trailblazers and the I think the GMC Envoys, they all come with factory XM radio, and actually my radio XM subscription is free for the next 10 days. I didn't know it, so kind of cool to have, you know, XM radio in an old beater. But she's running good. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.